Yeah, let me do a recording here too. um, so there's 21 of you guys on here. Holy cow. Let me just see here. Show video panel. That's what I want to see everybody. None of you guys are on video. What's up? Just me? You guys shy? Come on video so I can see you guys. So I know how to interact and stuff like that. I got Sang, Tyson, iPhone name. I got Pax, Jason, Jay, Chu, Peter, Leah, Jimmy, Mai. Come on, guys. Come on, video. Let me just see what you guys look like. Let me add another person in here. There you go. What's up, Jay? I got one guy here. Give me some love, guys. Give me some love, man. All right, Tyson, what's up? Thanks. So yeah, guys, come on video so I can see what you guys up to, you know. Unless you guys are all naked. What's up, Say? Oh, man. Long time, dude. Man, I stink at saying names. Yim. Yeah, give me a thumbs up. I think your audio. Okay, that's how you spelled it. That's how you say it. So cool, man. Yeah, guys, come on video. So you know, it makes it feel a little bit more comfortable for me. So can you guys see the screen share? Give me a thumbs up if you guys see it. Everybody see it? The screen share on the. So I got two monitors. Okay, cool. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Pang. And thanks, Pax. Okay. So yeah, so like I said, you know, just here sharing that information. You guys, I mean, how many people know Grant Cardone? Or how many people follow him? You know? Cool. All right, Tyson does. Anybody else? Man. I got Ma Young, her, and Pang goes thumbs up. All right. So Jay, all right, cool. So yeah, man, that guy changed my life. With I mean, I used to follow Robert Kiyosaki, and you know, he got me to a point where, okay, cool, you know, I'm comfortable, but you know, Grant Cardone, you know, we call him Uncle G. I don't know what you guys call him, but call him Uncle G. And I mean, he's thinking next level stuff, like, you know, 10x. If you guys know what he does, 10x, right? So yeah, I've been following for a while. Hey, what's up, Jason? So I've been following for a while, and I'm like, all right, you know, so he's talking about multi-units and stuff, you know, Kiyosaki stuff. They talk about mostly like houses and stuff like that, and little like duplex and stuff like that. But Grant Cardone talks about, you know, Kiyosaki still talks about apartment units, but not as much as what Grant Cardone does, right? So yeah, so Grant's been pushing a lot of multifamily. So I'm like, all right, let me just get in it, you know, because like I see his vision and stuff like that, and you know, so I'm like, all right, let me get in it. There's little barriers to get into it, how to invest in his deals. But I'll show you, like, you know, I'm like, all right, you know, let me just show you how it works. Cause I know some of you guys are newbies here. You guys kind of want to see that vision, like investing in apartment units is kind of like the ultimate goal of a real estate investor. Like if you want to start small, you start like the single family homes. And then from there, you know, you get into like maybe the duplexes and the Airbnbs, and then you know, the small apartment units, and then you go to like the ultimate goal is like the multifamily, right? So that's kind of where I'm heading. You know, I'm kind of phasing it toward that direction. So you know, here it is. You know, I know a few of you guys are here. Like, who's signed up for the seminar? You know, give me a thumbs up or something like that if you guys sign up. I know a few of you guys are on there. I can see. If you're not, man, or if you guys don't see that thumbs up, just so I can see. All right, Chuda and Jay. All right, and a few of you guys. Peter. All right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna teach all this stuff at the seminar. You know, we got Jay Koo, which is like I guess I call him the Hmong Trump guy. Right? He's got, you know, he's built like casinos, he's built like multifamilies, he's built like schools, and he's invested in apartment units. He's done like mobile home parks, you know, stuff like that. So he's coming to the seminar. So he's going to be teaching that kind of stuff. So hopefully you guys, if you guys are interested in this type of seminar or conference, I call it a millionaires conference because all the guest speakers are like millionaires or multi-millionaires. So interested, come, just come, come learn, right? So, man, let me see if I can find that flyer. Oh man, sorry, I got 6 people waiting, trying to get in. All right. 2 more. Let me admit all. I should have just let people in, like without having to admit them in. So 27 people, you guys. So yeah, you guys turn on your videos. You guys just join, turn on your videos so we can see you guys and make it a little more comfortable and just look at names and stuff like that. You guys can chat too. I think the chat is open as well. Hey, what's up, Chris? So okay, yeah. So that's it, man. Like the seminar, we're gonna teach you a little bit about this, but today I'm just gonna talk about how like I put $100,000 into like Grant Cardone's his deal and tell you guys how much it makes. So man, there's still people flooding in, but we'll give those guys a bit when they're trying to connect, and then I'm gonna show you guys the deal. So here is, let me switch over to his portal, right? He's got a portal, Grant Cardone Capital, right? Well, Cardone Capital, which is his portal. And this is my login, right? You just log in, right? You if this is your first time, you create an account, right? And then you get your credentials and then you log in, right? So I'm just gonna log in. You guys see this okay? Give me some nods. Yeah, okay, cool. So let me admit all. All right. So that's it. You guys can see pretty much here, like this is the fund, right? They call each deal is kind of like a fund. So we can go to offerings here, right? Offerings, and you can see that all his offerings are like coming up, right? So he's got, I mean, these are all the deals that he's done, like all his deals, like these are all like apartment units, right? So you log into his portal, you see all his apartment units. So I mean, I'm getting it kind of late. This is where I'm at. This is when I jumped in right here. This is my deal, right? But yeah, he's got 2 other deals right afterwards. So this is the deal that I'm in. If you click on me, you guys can kind of just, if you guys want to learn like what deal is, this is what it was originally, has this information and that kind of stuff. But let's just focus on my deal, right? So my deal is this is in Sunrise, Florida. So I actually went down there. Man, I don't know if I have the video. It would take a while to show you the video, but I actually went down there. We did a conference with Cardone, Grant Cardone, and then afterwards we went to look at the this place pretty much, right? And you can see here it tells you about the fund. The fund is the deal, right? It's 387 units right here, right? And it tells you like, all right, does it tell you the minimum? I think they took it off because it's already closed. So, but this is what they're targeting, like as far as the cash flow wise, like 5 to 7%, right? And this is what the fund size looks like. And you can get all the documents right here. You can kind of read more about what it looks like. So I actually drove around, looked at it. I actually funded first, and then I'd like, all right, let me just just drive it, just go look at it. So this is what it looks like, huge complex, right? This is the clubhouse right here. And then you just kind of go, you just, right around it. There's got a lot of good stuff around it. I don't know. Let me see here. Maybe it's this one here. If you want to see what the deal looks like, that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's got all the details about it. And this is, you want to see the surrounding areas. It doesn't have it on this one. Anyways, so you guys can go ahead and create an account if you just want to see it. So once you create an account, you go see it. All the details are here, and then you don't really have to fund it yet. You can just go see it and see what it looks like. But I can assure you, like once you sign up, they're gonna hound you guys. so when you sign up, they're gonna hound you guys for money, to see if you want to invest with them. So just which is cool, right? So you guys are all investors, right? So yeah, so this is what the fund or the deal looks like, right? And you guys probably already saw it when I logged in, right? So once I go in, wait to load it. I go to my what is my, this is the offering. Where's my transaction? My investment. There we go. I think this is it. Yeah. So you see, like, okay, we got in. So this is my payout right here, right? $340 a month. What do you guys think? I can't see y'all faces, right? So I can't see the reaction on what you guys are looking at. But is that, give me a thumbs up? You guys like that, or is that a good thing or a bad thing? You know, is there a thumbs down?
$300 a month. Is that with your $100? I mean, your 100,000 you put in, Chai?
That's right, 100,000, 340, right? So that's what it looks like now, right? So the projection,
for the 382 units, right?
Yep, correct. So I know it's little because, I mean, if you guys never done this before, it is little, but it's supposed to grow over time, right? So so you put it in, and this is what apartment people or apartment investors do, is that, you know, they make the apartment better, right? So what they do is they make it better. They, you know, they paint it, they fix things up, and then they increase the rent on that, right? So that's the goal, right? So when I went there, I mean, it was pretty crappy, right? So that's why I was like, oh, that's such a great deal, because it's just like when you buy a single family home, you buy when it's like really run down, right? And then you fix them up, and then then it appraise at a better value, and, you know, you can increase the rent. So that's kind of the same concept, which is kind of what he's doing here, but in a larger scale, right? So yeah, so this is just a starting. This is me. We got in in March, right? And then we got paid the next month, right? So supposedly, you know, if everything goes well, this starts to increase, right? You can see I put 100,000 in, and I put it in a trust, right? So I have a family trust that we put in. So you can see here, and that's pretty much. So the deal is pretty much in the next 4 to 7 years. You know, the projection, mostly the projection is that you'll get, he's projecting 3x, right? 3 times your amount, right? So as far as what you get back, so you put 100,000 in, maybe 300,000 back in like 5 or 7 years, or you know, or less. It just depends on how the market goes. So it's just like any investment, like just buying single family. That's how it works. So let me stop here. Any questions so far? Just jump in. Just unmute. You unmute yourself. I think there's, you guys use a computer on the left side. Just go ahead and hit unmute. Unless I explained it pretty well. It's pretty simple, right, guys?
Yeah, you did a good job.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean, so yeah, I mean, is that look like a good deal to you guys? I give you somebody 100,000 and I get 340 back per month.
And how many years are you in it, Chai? Like, how long does the contract last?
It just depends. It just depends on, you know, how he feels like it, right? Because what I'm consider is I'm like an LP, a limited partner. That's what they call it. So I don't have control over it, right? So he's the one that would control over it. So whether somebody contacts him and say, hey, I'm willing to pay you more and buy this out from you, you know, for profit, then, you know, we can be out like within, you know, whatever that offer comes in, right? But he's looking for like a 3x.
So when it happens, do you get your 100,000 back?
Yeah, 100,000 back along with the profits along with that, right?
So the profits, meaning the profits from when he's selling it, right?
Correct. So just
that's not bad.
So just think of it just like a single family home. That's, I mean, you just come. I mean, I know this is a bunch of units together, but this is all just like a single family.
So right? Did it cost you a lot of money to hire a lawyer to do all this?
No, there's no lawyers involved. You just deposit your money, right? And then that's it. He takes care of everything, right?
So when go ahead. So when he sells this, how much percentage are you getting back?
it just depends on how much he sells it for, right? So if this is like a $20 million, you know, deal, and then it's, you know, whatever percentage I put in, because I don't know what my percentage is, right? I just put 100,000. Some people put in like, I don't know, $2 million in, right? So we're all in it. So there's a bunch of, we're all partnered up to buy something large, which is like this. This deal is,
Oh,
I think it's $200 million.
so the more you put in, the more you get per month. So if I
Correct.
wanted to put like a 500,000 or
Oh
a
yeah,
300, do I get double or triple whatever you're getting?
correct. That's correct. So if I put in like, if you put in like 200,000, you'll get 340 times two, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. It's just the more you put in, the more, that's what you get, right? You don't have to manage it, you know.
So Chai,
They
this
take
is
care of
Mang.
it.
I was curious, what's the amount of capital you need to start in there?
Yeah. So the initial value, I mean, this one, there's particular type of offerings, they call it. Like for instance, this one here, I think this one could show it a little bit better. Oh, right here. I was looking for it. Like the minimum investment here is 100,000, right, to get in. So I just put in the minimum.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Right. So that's just it, you know. So put it in, and you know, this is it. I mean, I don't know you guys. I think this is a good deal. How do you know, right? You guys probably know what's next, right? How do you know that's a good deal? Correct? Give us a nod, a yes, no.
Yes, yes.
Right. So let me show you a deal, right? Let me show you what a deal looks like. So like, I'll show you like what my single family deal looks like. You guys see this okay?
Yes.
Let me do this one here. So this is a house I own, right? 700 Cortland, you know, this is in Florida, right? Right now it's going for 300 something right now, right? See, I don't know if it's up there. Is it? Let me see. I got too many windows open. Ah, right here. So if you guys don't know, I mean, how many people you guys know Bigger Pockets? Give them some thumbs up. Okay, cool. So Bigger Pockets has a calculator that you can calculate like, you know, your costs, right? How much money you get back, right? So,
Oh, yes.
So this is the property, right? 700 Cortland. So this is the calculator. I did a calculator on this for that particular house. So if you can kind of see, this is what I'm getting for that property right now, for this house. So I mean, this is when I bought it back in. Actually, the numbers are wrong. Let me go ahead and modify that because I was playing around with the income on here. So if I edit this, and let's just say it's this is all the closing costs. I put 20% down. It's the interest rate was 5.25 back then, but the rent is, I think is 1,600 on that one. No, it's 1,500. And then this is the property tax and all the stuff for here, right? I put in some percentage here. I don't pay electricity. I don't pay water. So let me update so you guys can see what I'm making here. So this is what I'm making a month for this house. Pretty close, right? You think, guys? Kind of pretty close, but I'm managing it, right? I'm managing this property for like, you know, for like $400. So
Right. The other property, you don't really have to manage it for 300 something bucks.
right, but you know, you guys probably wonder like, how much did I put down, right? I only put down 20,000, right? But that was way back then, right? I bought this house. You guys can see it here. I bought it back. I bought it back in. Let me see here. For sale listing. I bought it back in 2010.
All right, so that is gonna go knock the fuck up.
I'm gonna mute it off here. So I bought it back in 2010. So so that's 80,000. So if we do the math now, right? If we just do the math now, let me see if this is the right one. No, that's not the right one. Where did I put it? And I was just trying to save you guys time because I did this so you guys can all see. So this is what it looks like here. So if we go and modify this, I'll just show you what. So this is the address. It asks you for the address, And if you guys see in Zillow, it's actually estimating 300. So if I was to go and buy this house now for 334,000 right now, and the closing cost is about what, 6% of that. If you guys don't know about closing costs, it's usually about 2% of your deal. So we can kind of do the calculator here, make sure it's right. I was kind of playing with the numbers here. If you guys have any questions, comment in the chat box so I can catch up to it. 334,123 times point. Let's just say 0.2%. So it's about 6,000 right here, right? Closing cost about what? 2%. Let's say 6,000 closing costs. I'm putting 20% down on it, right? Interest rate right now, it's pretty much about, 5.25. You can kind of look at it. Here's the screen here. Today's rate. Oh man, what is it? Does it give you a date? So I usually go here just to get like a little quick summary of the rates. Yeah, almost 5.5 maybe. So we go back to the calculator here. Let's just take a good credit or something. Let's just go, 5.25, right? And 30-year term, right? And you guys probably wondering like, what's the current rent right now going for it, right? So we can kind of go to Zillow. Zillow tells you right here, guys. Like I'm just pulling right out of Zillow. This is about right for that market. So you go back and put, 1833. I mean, usually I round it off, right? Technically it's like 1900, but let's just say we go on the low route, right? 1800 just to get people in, right? Property taxes, these are property tax, monthly to get it. And then you add like stuff like stuff to save for, like to fix the houses. So I usually put 2% down. Capital expenses. We can go through this like slowly, but I'm just trying to speed this through. So maybe you guys have questions, I can answer it down the road. We teach all that. We'll probably, if you guys are in the seminar, we'll teach all this. Just so you guys know. But we do a quick analysis right here. I'm not making any money at all if I was to buy that property. You guys see that? I'm actually negative. If I was to buy that property, I'm actually negative. So that was the logic why I went into Grant Cardone's deal, because I'm just thinking, dude, it's gonna make it, So that's why I threw that in. You guys can say, oh, well, he put in 73,000 in there. Well, okay, fine, but you're still negative, right? And then we have to account for like depreciation and stuff like that too. They're going to give you depreciation. I mean, he's already targeting to give you like most of this back the first year. So those of you guys pay taxes this like this month, right? He's projecting like what, I don't know, 80% depreciation value to come out of it. You guys know what I'm talking about? This kind of stuff. I got some nod. That's why, man, I can't see all you guys. Guys, bring your camera on so I can see, get some visual, like that kind of stuff, right? So yeah, so that's if we're not even counting depreciation. So at the end of the year, right, he's gonna give me like a K1 for depreciation, so I can count that to reduce my taxes, and then I'm getting this as far as income as well. So that's why I went into this deal, and there's a whole lot of other factors to it, but we'll stop here just to see if you guys have any questions first. Just unmute yourself, guys, and just jump in and ask me a question.
Hey, Chai, this is Jay.
Hey, so Jay.
So you can claim this on your taxes as depreciation. So you're basically you own like a little part of it, right, of the property. So does Cardone Capital send you those taxes, or
Yeah,
how does that work?
So at the end of the year, they'll send you a K1, and that you just give that to your accountant and say, hey, just like you doing your taxes at the end of the year, right? Your CPA should be tracking your depreciation for your properties, right? So they count that, right? So at the end of the year, Cardone Capital is going to give you like a K1, which says, hey, they depreciate everything they can out of it, so you can get all that savings in depreciation to count toward your taxes. So I don't know what it is now, but he's projecting a huge amount. Like it's usually close to 100, 100,000, or 100% of it. So that's what he's saying. But what the heck? If it's 50, I don't mind. It's 50,000 worth of like tax deductions, right? So you don't have to pay that. You just kind of like write it off in a way.
Hey, Chai. So with those tax deduction, would it be considered passive income or active income?
Oh, it's just deductions.
Considering,
So
considering that
this
if
amount,
I'm working too.
yeah, this amount is just cash flow, right? It's coming in as an income, right? You might get taxed on. I don't know how much the percentage of that is pretty low because it's cash flow coming in, right? Does that answer your question? But the depreciation is what wipes out most of your taxes that you have to pay.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to get at is that with the depreciation, I guess it depends on what kind of investments you're doing. I guess if it's considered passive income, meaning that if you are not actively participating in the business of the real estate or the house, then would it still, I mean, I guess if you have like other passive income, then I guess it would just deduct those passive income, but not your actual active income, correct? I'm not sure.
Oh,
That's
when
why
you
I'm
say
asking.
when you say active, you're talking about like your W-2s and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, W2,
Yeah.
because like
it goes to
like
all of that. It goes to all of that.
mm,
Yeah. So all your income come in. Let's say you make 500,000 or something like that, right?
mhm.
I mean, I think cash flow is considered a little bit different. I don't do that kind of stuff. So, but it's a little smaller percentage in taxes. But if you have W-2, I think it's higher. But don't
Yeah.
quote me on that. But at the end of the day, you're getting a huge amount of tax reduction.
Yeah, because I guess the thing is that with the K1, I guess it depends on how much percentage they're willing to give back to you from those from the depreciation amount. Like I guess, for example, if they can only depreciate 30%, then I guess you as an investor, how much are they willing to give that back to you to claim on your tax? Do they have those specifics too under their I guess whenever you do decide that, hey, I want to invest with you guys, do they give you all those specifics?
Yeah, he's saying he's gonna. If you know anything about like cost segregation, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he's saying he's gonna milk the heck out of it, right? So he's gonna milk the heck
Yeah.
out of it. He's gonna try to get everything he can for it. Whether that be like 100% of it, I don't know. But the property itself was pretty bad. So when I went there, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna milk the heck out of it. They're gonna try to like fix it up, make it look really good, and then take all of that and use it as a deduction to make it look better, right? So once you fix something and you get another appraisal on it, the property value actually increases, right?
Mhm.
So then you can take, this becomes a little bit more advanced, but you can take money out, right?
Mhm.
And then what they do is they take money out, they can pass it back on to, us, which is the partners, right? And then what they also do is, this is like another stream income, is increase the rent on these people. So then my net income here per month increases. So we're kind of talking a little bit advanced, but I'm just kind of show you this is
I guess with that, because I'm trying to look at like the tax implication of it at the end of the year, because for them, I guess they're considered, real estate professional. But if I were to invest in it, because I'm not like actively or materially participating in the activity, then would it still be active income for me too? Because I guess for them, I would assume that they meet the criteria to get bonus depreciation at the end of the year. But like, for example, like me or you, if who puts in like $100,000 in it and we're getting all this money, and on top of that, if we are going to get the depreciation or the bonus depreciation from them, would it, really will it offset our W-2 income, or would it be classified as passive income and just offset any passive business that we have?
Yeah, I see. I don't know. I mean, this is my first time,
I see.
but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I would say it does.
Uh-huh.
It would have to. It doesn't make sense. Why? It just, I mean, you're saying you have other passive income, so it's just
Yeah,
kind of
well, yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if I have W-2 work,
yeah,
and on top of that, if like I have a short-term rental that I materially participate in, then I would qualify for the bonus depreciation, and would get 100% of the depreciation for this year
yeah.
back. But if I have a long-term rental, then that would make me not qualify for it because I'm not materially participating, meaning that I'm not spending 500 hours of the year for it because
Oh, I see what you're saying.
technically,
Yeah, you're talking like a
yeah,
real estate professional. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. Yeah,
yeah.
we
I
were
guess
only a
what,
real estate professional in 1 year,
yeah,
right before COVID hit, right?
I see,
So
yeah,
I haven't really like experienced that. So yeah, I mean that's you're talking details, man, at this point. So
yeah, because yeah, because that's the other thing too that I guess when you mentioned earlier about how they'll give you depreciation from the property that you invest in. So for them, I'm sure they probably meet the real estate professional status, but for us who
just
are
hit them up.
in,
So just sign
yeah,
up. If you sign up, there's a little chat box that you just I think right here you can just hit them up and just ask them that question.
yeah,
Yeah, that sounds more
I see.
too detailed. I'm not
Okay,
tech guys.
cool.
I think you go here, messages here, and you go. Hey guys,
I see.
what other questions you guys have? Yeah, I think you go here or something like that. You can just ask some questions right there.
Oh, okay.
I'm just here to show
Yeah.
you guys what I make.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure
yeah.
it's
I
gonna
mean,
go higher.
that's a that's a good way of investing. But I guess at the end of the year, I guess with the tax stuff, I'm just
Yeah,
wondering how it's gonna work.
yeah. So anybody got any other questions?
Do you have to be an accredited investor, I guess, for these
Yeah.
big deals?
So in this one, there with this particular fund, you had to be an accredited investor. But if you weren't an accredited investor, you were thrown into like a what I can show you here into a different fund. And when I say different fund, what is kind of you're diversified across multiple properties, right? So let's just say you only had like 50,000, or let's say you only had like 5,000, right? So you only have 5,000. What they did was they kind of diversified. I think it was across three of these, right? So you were like in this deal, in this deal, in this deal, right? So that's kind of like so you only have 5,000. So you were diversified in these three deals, right? So then the percentage are different, right? Because this one might, let's say this one makes more money, but this one doesn't, right? So then your percentage is different. It's not the same as what mine would be, right? So because these look like they're brand new properties to me, so they wouldn't have, they cost more, and you can't squeeze out as much rent out of them, right? But this one, it was like when I went to see, I'm like, oh yeah, they can squeeze so much money out of this one because it was kind of run down and that kind of stuff, right? So that's why I'm like, all right, let me just go all in, right? So I went all in on this one, on it. So yeah, what's any other questions? I think Kong, you unmute yourself.
I think my question was answered.
Cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I mean, this is easy. I think the reason why I jumped into this because I'm like, man, I can't find any deals. How many people have a hard time finding deals?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it really depends on what kind of deals you're looking for, right? So, if you're looking for like if you're a traditional investor like myself, if you're looking for like a duplex or fourplex, okay, it's a little different, but this kind of investment, it's definitely a little bit more different than what the traditional investor is investing in. So
Yeah, absolutely. I think raise your hand, guys. Raise your hand. I think there's a raise a hand, but Nolly, I think you raised your hand. Did you have a question? Just unmute yourself first.
No,
So
I did, but I was just saying that if you put in 100,000, won't you rather just go buy multiple units and make more than the 500? Because if you down payment like 20,000, like you did your other homes, but I think you answered the question because you can't find any good
yeah,
deals.
that was the thing. I couldn't find any deals, right? If I did find a deal, like for instance, this one, right? This deal here, if I was to go and find a deal like this, the cash flow would be negative, right? It wouldn't make
Yes.
sense. So that's why. So that's why I'm like, all right, I need to
So
throw
I-
my money somewhere that's gonna appreciate because we know inflation's coming, right? We knew interest rate is gonna climb. So we're like, all right, we need to offload that money quick because the quick we get it offload, it builds value onto that. So I mean, like we knew, like this was back in April. Interest rate just went up. What, a few weeks ago? So we threw it back in March. That was before interest rates went up. So we knew that interest rates going up, and we knew that inflation was coming. So if we threw it in before then, we would capture that on the way up. So that's why we jumped in too.
So can you get out of this deal anytime you want, or is there a contract to say how long you have to stay in the deal?
No, I have no say in it at all. Right? Until he gets out. I mean, he's gonna know when's the best time to get out. Unless somebody gives him like an extremely crazy offer, then he'll just get out. But at this point, I'm just like what we call like what they call it an LP. You're just a limited partner on it. So he controls the whole deal, which I trust him enough because you look at their deal flow. I mean, they have done like so many deals here already, right? So they know what they're doing. And they're in it for themselves because they got skin in the game as well. So yeah. So you gotta make sure like whoever's running the deal has skin in the game. And yeah, he's got skin in the game because he's in it for himself too. So yeah. Raise your hands, guys, if you guys have any questions.
Chai, Jay here. Question. So when he buys these properties, is once he gets it and he gets your guys' funds, is he improving the property right away?
Yeah, I would hope so. But yeah, I mean, because the purpose is just like any other apartment investor or any other investors is you're trying to increase rent, right? That's how you trying to get money, more money, right? So you're going in it to improve on the real estate, right? So you can increase the rents. So that's, I mean, I'm assuming, but it was pretty run down when I went there, right? So I'm like, oh, geez, they probably need to pressure wash that area. They probably need
So
paint.
does he tell you like a time frame of like how long is he gonna do all these improvements until or
Yep.
does
Yeah,
he say?
they got little projections all
Oh,
in these
okay, okay,
documents here that you can kind of
okay.
um, so right. So you can kind of read it just for giggles, right? But um like I'm projecting like this is like an amazing area like this here and over here and up north a little bit up here there's like a huge mall. I mean it's just like it's like the best location. We drove around it, we're like holy cow, it's gonna be once they fix it up. And I look around, it even tells you like these documents, they even tells you like what they're projecting. I think no, not this one here, like no, these are just documents here. I don't know if I got it tells you like the gap, right? So like how much they think they can increase the rent for. Like right here, probably average rents are like 500 to 1,000 lower than the nearby competitors, right? So I actually did that's what I actually did. I actually did do my research and just look around the surrounding areas for this place here. And yeah, I mean they were like right around this much. So that gives you room, right? It gives you like what he calls it margins. So then once you fix it up, the surrounding areas are already expensive. So once you fix it up, you can make more money charging more. So that's why I was like, okay, that's a good deal, right? So I don't know if you guys see that. Oh, it's right here. Oh, maybe it didn't load before, but yeah. So these are like, the 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, the 3 bedrooms. So you see how high, you see how much more you can get more after you renovate. So this is what the surrounding area, the comp areas around it. And this is what they're charging now. So you have that much gap, like almost double, right?
Well, Chai, quick question for you. Is there a website to kind of calculate all of that together? Or is this just kind of numbers that's kind of based off of what, the report is saying, based off of the comps?
Yeah. So I mean, there isn't a website. You just gotta do your own research, right? And it's really easy. I mean, think about it. They give you the location of the apartment complex, right? And then right next to it is a different apartment complex. So you just go to that other apartment complex and just just figure out, look at their listing to see what they charge for a 3 bedroom, a 2 bedroom, or a 1 bedroom, and just look at the comp to see if it's similar, lower, or higher, right? And that's just how it works. So now you still have your hands up. Did you have another question?
No, it's just been up.
So what do you guys think? Is this good? I mean, is this good info? Is it too little for you guys?
No, excellent information.
Is it too little?
I think that's good enough for 100G.
Just think, you're just looking at 100 G's, but just like any real estate, it's going to increase, as time goes on. So once they start increasing rents, it's going to get higher and higher, and once they fix it and they reappraise it, then that's when it's like that's when you're banking, right? Because then the property is worth, like, instead of, what is it saying, like man, it was like 200 mil or something like that. So maybe it's worth like 300 or like 400 mil, right? So then that's when you start banking. So I mean, he's talking about like 3x your money. So really, 3 or 4 years, or 7 years from now, because this is a long game type of deal. Just like you buying like regular single family, it's always a long game. Like within 7 years, that's when you usually see that gain. So that's what he's talking about. Like, yeah, just 7 years or so, or sooner. That's when you actually bank. So yeah, I'm guessing, just the way I'm looking at, he's on target about 3x your money. So let's just say, 7 years from now or sooner, we'll get back on this call and we'll say, hey, remember that time we talked about this? Oh man, it's 3x, it's 300,000 now, right? Or more, because of inflation, right? Because I'm thinking inflation is going to push it up more. So yeah, questions? Man, you guys are all here.
What is your expectation out of this? Like, what do you want to get out of this? Like, how much?
I'm just happy if I get like 2x, right?
Yeah, reasonable. Doubling it up.
Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, when you say 2x, okay, but we got depreciation involved. There's so much factors involved that you can make that much, that you can account for, right? So I mean, this, I don't know. I mean, what is it? 334. This is 4x, right? So I bought this property at 80,000, right? And this is like, what, 12 years later, and it's 4x, right? So I mean, we got a lot of room. I mean, or time. I mean, this is like I said, this is a slow game, but this is how the rich gets rich, right? They get a slow drip, right? Yeah, you put your money in, it's a slow drip. You get that cash flow, $340 a month, and it starts to increase once they start raising the rents. And once you're done, once they sell it, you might go to a different deal, right? And just keep rolling it. So yeah, I hope you guys see this. I mean, is this exciting to you guys, or is this boring? I see y'all faces, so I'm like,
It's good information, man. It's good
Good stuff.
information.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you put 5,000, just, some people can afford like 5,000. He allows you to do that. But like I'm squeezing everything out because I know that property. I looked at it and like, oh man, it looks great location, looks awesome. I think it's gonna go crazy and it's gonna be money. So that's why I threw 100K in. So yeah, with that, man, we're teaching. I mean, we are teaching. I got Ku. Everybody know Ku, J Ku or Jen Ku from Minnesota. This
Yep.
guy here. It's probably now he's now is that your uncle? Is that what you're saying?
Yep. That's my husband's uncle.
Yeah. So this is the big dog right here, right? This is if you guys don't know him, he's coming to the seminar. He's going to be teaching. I talked to him I talked to him today. He's like, all right, I can teach this to you guys, because he owns a bank, right? He owns like one bank and he's like a stakeholder of another bank. So he's got inside information on how to get all these big loans. So I asked him like, hey, what's the most that people ask you when they look for this kind of stuff? And he's like, you know, um, this is stuff that if you want me, I can teach you this kind of stuff because you can't learn this kind of stuff like from YouTube or in college or something like that, right? You just gotta have to go through the deal process, right? So he's like, all right, I've been doing this a while. He's like I said, he's built casinos, he's built like schools, he's built like apartment units. So he's like, all right, if you want to learn stuff, then I'll teach you. So I'm like, yeah, I'll teach it, bro. So he's like, all right, he's like, I know you're starting small. He's like, he's gonna show us like if you're starting out small, how to build your portfolio so you can present it to the bank, and the bank's gonna say, okay, yeah, your portfolio looks good. Because that's where I'm lost in, right? I don't know like what my portfolio should look like. So when I present to the bank, say, hey, I want like 10 or 15 million dollar loan to buy a huge apartment complex. I don't know how to present that. And he's like, I'll show you guys how to do it. So um uh guys come. I think we're just going to do this once, and I don't think he's ever going to come. I don't think we're ever going to have this conference ever again. So um if you guys are interested, just come teach, just come and learn. It's, we got a few people trying to join here. But anyways, you guys got any questions before I let you guys go?
Yeah, Chai, I do have a question. So you put in $100,000 and let's say $300 profit a month. At the end of the year, $3,600. So your cash on cash returns 3.6%. Is there a target number cash on cash return that you look for whenever you're investing?
Yeah, right now it's really low, right? Because everybody's squeezing it out, everybody's fighting for these deals, right? So when everybody's fighting for these deals, it gets the cash on cash, and the cap rate and all that stuff gets smaller and smaller, right? So this is about right. If you, so I even asked Jenku here, right? I asked him like, what is considered a good deal right now, and he's talking about like 4 to 3 right now, right? So yeah, this is it.
So with this deal, generating like 3.644% cash on cash return, if you were to find a single family right now that produces that same result, would you have done that instead of this?
Probably not anymore because I have so much, unless you unless you got plenty of time, right, to manage it, and to like go fix it. Because right now, like, everybody's fighting for these rentals. So unless you find something that somebody can't put on the market, and it's like really trashy, so you can go in there and fix it up and then squeeze out profit out of there, which I find really hard right now because people have tons of cash right now where they can just like just buy it for cash, right? So unless you can find a great deal like that, but I can't find any. I got a rental. I just rent out, I guess, yesterday. And you guys would be surprised how many people like message me on it. Just trying to get it to rent. And the people that message me are also asking to buy it, because, they can't find a place. So I'm like, I still want to keep it because I know inflation is going to kill. it's going to go up more, so it's going to be worth more at this point. So it's just, I'm just holding it.
One more question, Chai. The Cordone Capital, are they all the properties in Florida, or are they spread out?
Yeah, his site is that spread out. Some of it is in Texas, but he focused mostly on Florida and Texas because those are the best spots right now, right? Those are the ones that have like the best landlord tenant rules. Anybody know what that means? I don't know how much of a newbie some of you guys are, but give me some nods, or so there's tons of you guys on here with no videos, but yeah, so you can kind of see it's Fort Lauderdale, Sunrise, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Houston, Florida, Maryland, Florida, Texas. I'm not sure what Auburn is. Florida, because Florida has the best landlord tenant. So if they don't pay, we just kick them out without any issues, right? Same thing with Texas, right? All these other ones like Minnesota, Wisconsin. their their laws are like a little bit, protecting the tenant, right? So that kind of stuff. Questions before I let you guys go?
So Chai, quick question for you, and
Yeah.
I guess this is a question for everybody that's on here right now, and I'm asking this question because I don't know the answer to this, and maybe somebody might, but and this might be a dumb question, but where do you guys see, based on the interest rates and stuff like that, and based on the market right now, where do you guys see the market? Which direction do you guys see the market heading in the near future?
I think it's going to go up. That's my deal. Interest rate's going to climb, right? More people can get in because you start pricing people out, right? Right now there's no inventory, right? And as interest rate, and they're already projecting interest rate to climb up more. So now more people can get in. So the people that does have money, they're gobbling everything up right now, right? So everybody's getting priced out. So when people start buying, price is going to keep going up. So
So you're saying that even with the interest rate rising, the housing market is going to keep on rising?
yeah, because people want to get in. I mean, where is it? Where else can you put money in right now? Because are you guys comfortable putting money in the stock market?
I mean, that's for the individual to kind of decide. But I mean, according to history, when interest rate actually goes up, housing market actually goes down a little bit. And I've been looking at the market, and it seems like it's been kind of going down a little bit, and that's why I asked this question.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know, but I think it's gonna keep going because there's no inventory at all right now, right?
Yeah, I think personally myself, from my own interpretation, I think because of the shortage in labor and supply, although they're predicting there's always this bubble that people keep on predicting that it's gonna bust. I don't think it's going to, because if you really think about production of supplies that had halted since on the beginning of COVID, and now that people are trying to catch up to it, and on top of that, with the exponential rate of people just building house and the demand, and you can't keep up with the demand because of the shortage of labor and supply, that's still going to create a high demand for it, because traditionally and historically, you're right, interest rate goes up, it's going to create this false effect that makes people freaked out, like, oh, interest rate is high, I'm gonna stop buying. But in actuality, and nowadays, right now, from what I'm thinking, I think it's going to be high, but with the demand that's still there, people are still going to continue to buy, and that's just going to drive it up. And if
Well, just
the
look
housing
at
price is going to
just
drop,
look at
I
just let's just talk about numbers, right? They're saying that we're 5 years behind as far as building, right? So we're
correct.
like
Yeah,
that means there's no inventory, like can't keep up right now because we're 5 years behind. So let's just say that, right? So
yeah.
you get in
And
now,
on top
like
of
you're
that, with COVID,
yep,
people stopped working, and production and supply and labor all halted for 3 years.
right,
And on top of that, there's 5 years demand too that
right, and like
we haven't cut out.
inflation hits, right? Like prices are
Correct.
more expensive, so people that lock in like lumber and stuff like that right now, that stuff's gonna get higher down the road. Like we have a war going on right now, right? Oil, that stuff is getting more scarce, so it's gonna go higher, right? So people that lock in on oil and all that stuff like that, now, you know, later on it's gonna get more expensive. So then like it's the production stuff is gonna cost more, so that just becomes like big snowball. So that's the only reason why. Any agents in here? I think let me hear some of your agents, yeah, real estate agents. Comment. Come on, agents. Don't y'all be scared. Y'all agents. Y'all should be able to like come in.
I'm not a real estate agent, but I'm a mortgage lender.
Yeah, what do you think, Jason?
Um, Rates are increasing. I play with the system, just kind of throwing in scenarios every other week. Same thing, $350, $350,000 home. Every week it's like last week I could have just got it for 3.75 for a customer, around the same scenario. Next week, 2 weeks later, 4.5. And I think last week when I ran it, 5.25.
Damn.
And
so my numbers
so-
are right? My numbers are right.
Yeah,
5 point. Yeah.
yeah.
So pretty close to
it is going up. Interest rates are going up just to combat the inflation, because they have an inverse relationship. Interest rates go up, inflation goes down. When inflation goes up, interest rates go down. And it's just a weird time because COVID and everything that really messed up the.
Do you think interest rate gonna keep climbing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Probably go back to the norm, like maybe six, almost sixes.
Damn. So guys, I mean, if I were you guys, I'll get in now, right? Buy now, because once it climbs up more, you locked it in for a good price already, right? So if it's go to what Jason's saying is 6, right? And you're getting it at what, 5? You already got 1% gain on it already, kind of, right? And then we haven't even talked about like building costs on top of that, and all these other stuff, right? So cool, man. Thanks, Jason. Thanks for jumping in. Anybody else?
I think personally, the best time to buy is anytime, but you just don't want to be the one that buys when inflation is high and interest rate is high. That's my personal opinion.
But yeah, Jason's already saying it's gonna go higher, right? So it's going higher. The Fed's already saying they're gonna go higher. So like, what's stopping you guys?
Feds are slowly tapering, or they're slowly increasing the interest rate every quarter.
We know. I mean, dude, they've been saying this all along. They're just slowly doing it. So like, you guys didn't. I've been telling you guys to buy. Like, if you guys go back and look at all my chats to you guys in the Home Real Estate Investors group, I've been telling you guys to keep buying, right? I mean, if you guys go back and look, I'm like, yeah, Chai has been telling everybody to keep buying, right? And here I am, like, I'm not buying small properties anymore. I'm buying like this deal here is what, almost 400 units. I jumped in on another deal, just mobile home, because I'm targeting a different industry, right? So I'm doing what I'm telling you guys. I don't know what you guys are doing, but hang out with the right guys. Don't be afraid, because if the clues are there, just do it. All right, one last thing. Anybody else? One last question. Come on, don't be scared. This is like, we're all family here, right? All right, so there isn't any. So yeah, guys, I wanted to stress how important it is for this seminar. we're just touching a little bit on it. Jay Koo is gonna actually teach the whole thing on it. So hopefully you guys do come and learn. I want you guys all to be successful, you know. What happened there? But yeah, I want you guys all to be successful. So if you guys need any help along the way, just let me know. Got any questions with real estate, just hit up the real estate group, or you just hit me up personally, and then I live and breathe this kind of stuff. So want to see you guys become successful, just message me or call me on Messenger, and we'll take it from there. All right. All right. So until then, you guys have a good night. Keep hustling. We'll keep this private because I don't want anybody. Don't tell anybody that I have a trust. All right, guys. Have a good night.
So, Chad, with that said, it looks like you're recording this Zoom meeting. Are you going to share this with us?
No, I'm not gonna share it because I don't know. Like I'm saying, I don't know if this is even legal, right? I don't even know if this is legal.
I don't know
Like,
why it wouldn't be.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm kind of like, all right, is it I mean, it's personal. It's you guys are in a group. I kind of bet who came in or not, that kind of stuff. And if this leaks out, I know who it is. I know who came in, right? But I think it's fine. I mean, I just, but just hit me up. You have got questions. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, you guys just saw the actual numbers. I put 100,000 in, made 340 out of it. Just as long as you know that, okay, yeah, Chai's getting that, and it probably is going to climb more, just so you guys know it's working, that's real estate investing. That's pretty much how it is, and come learn, so you can get more details on it. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Anything else? Man, you guys are still here. All you guys here, still here. What else do you guys need? All right, guys. So I'm gonna kill it. You guys have a good night. Hit me up if you guys have any questions. All right. Until then, guys.
Thanks, guy. Good night.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Bye. How do I kill it? Can't find my window. There you go. All right. Good night, guys. Good night.